Another thing that the article brought up is why aren't we evidence-based? So why aren't we evidence-based? Does anyone know? The reason that we're not evidence-based is that when I first started Shalom, I didn't mean to start a rehab. And I didn't know half of these big words that these people chuck at me. When I started Shalom, I just started mentoring people. And one became two, became five, became six. And as I developed the program over the last 12, 13 years, I've got bigger priorities than being evidence-based. If there's a list of stuff that I had to implement, man, I had to implement SOPs, standard operating procedures for every department. Not only do I got to implement the SOPs, I've got to update them every 3 months. I've got to go through the SOPs for every single department. So if you go through all the departments, Shalom, all the 5 stages, everything everybody does, there's a step-by-step guide to showing every person, every department, how to do what they do. Not only that, the governance stuff, the auditing stuff. We got audited 3 times last year. The auditors come in and they pull us apart and they go from top to bottom to make sure that we have really good governance. Everything's got to be double signed, triple signed. Not only that, I've got 160 people. I've got your mums and your dads, your children, your families, your finances, your cars, your licenses, your work, what you do at home, what you do on the way. All that stuff is on my head. And if being an evidence-based program, that's going to take a lot of time for me to do that. At the moment, all my time is tied up on running the program, not proving to people what it is that I'm doing. Now, evidence-based, we have 13 years of data. In other words, when you come in, when you left, what you achieved, how long you've completed. We have all the data, but we've never actually put the time in to try and prove to people why it is that we are what we are and how effective we're doing. We've never taken the time because there's other things that have a priority over being evidence-based. And everyone says, hey, what's your success rate? What's your success rate? Well, we have never looked at it. That's the evidence-based stuff. If I wanted to apply the government for funding, then I've got to do the evidence-based stuff. If I want to prove something to the educated, then I've got to do, the evidence-based stuff. But I'm not trying to prove anything. I'm not trying to show off. I'm not trying to get funding. I'm just trying to help you change your life. If someone wants to come and they want to pay the 60 or 80 grand it costs to put that stats together, then they're more than welcome to come. But I've got 60, 80 grand better spend on you than it is proving to somebody. What have I got to prove? I don't want anything. I'm not asking them for anything. So that's why we're not evidence-based. But they say, okay, well, what's your success rate? Well, if you can change one person at zero cost to anybody, what is the success rate? 100%. If you put a person in prison, it costs the government $332 per day for that person being in prison over 7 days. When you add that up. Not only that, people who aren't in prison, you're on Centrelink. Most of you, and we know if I asked you to put your hand up, who's ripped Centrelink off, and everyone's hand will go up. We don't use job search, get your free boots and wage subsidies and all that sort of stuff. We don't use the government employment agencies to get a good kickback of finding you a job. You get 100% debt-free. You get a car, you get a driver's license, you get all your taxation, superannuation, child support, all that fixed up. You get your family restored, and you don't cost anybody anything at all in any way, shape or form. And what defines success? Is it getting you free from drugs? Yeah, you get free from drugs. Is it keeping you out of prison? Yeah, you do that. Is it getting your family back? Yeah, you do that. And you get the free, and you get a driver's license, and you get a car, and you get a job, and you're off Centrelink within about 7 months. Again, what defines success? You get what I'm saying? So, no, we're not evidence-based. Yes, we do have the data to be evidence-based, but we're not going to spend the money to show to people because we don't really need to show anybody anything. But they're more than welcome to have a look if they want to have a look, but it's not going to be at our expense, and that's fair call, eh? Yeah. So for those who say we're not evidence-based, well, I disagree.